Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 6:30 on the dot. It has come to this. BC teachers have decided to follow through with the threat of a full-scale strike beginning Tuesday. The union is expected to issue 72 hours notice later this morning. For more, let's go live to BCTF headquarters where we find our Greg Harper. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. It looks as though we're about to see phase 3 of job action from BC teachers. The BCTF sent out an email last night to public school teachers from across the province informing them that a full-scale strike will start Tuesday morning, June 17th. We are expecting an announcement from the president of the BCTF later on this morning. Also in this email, the union is recommending that teachers begin to take all their personal items out of the classroom this week. Teachers did vote 86% in favor of moving to phase 3 of their job action as their labor dispute between the provincial government continues. Both sides appear to be far apart on wages and class size and composition. The chair of the Vancouver School Board is concerned about what an escalation of job action could mean for high school students.
So there's lots of questions and concerns about how we would go ahead with provincial exams in the event of a full-scale strike. Teachers generally do a lot of the supervision. We have many students who require special accommodation and special education support while they write exams, and we're not sure how we could actually give the exams in the first place, and then of course the question of who's going to mark them and do that in a timely way, in an accurate and fair way.
Here's a look at the districts impacted by today's job action as rotating strikes continue today. There are 18 of them, including Delta, Maple Ridge, Mission, and Vancouver Island West. For a full list of closures, you can find that at news1130.com. The president of the BCTF, Jim Eicher, will be speaking at 7:30 this morning. That's when we're expecting this announcement. We'll have that live for you. And if a full-scale strike should start on Tuesday morning, the BCTF would have to give 72 hours notice this morning. Jody?
All right, thanks very much, Greg Harper. Greg Harper standing by at BCTF headquarters. We'll be checking in with you all morning long. Thanks, Greg. Meantime, parents and students alike have a growing list of concerns due to the ongoing teacher job action.
The union is not serving the needs of the union members. Because every teacher I've spoken to has the same thing. They want a resolution. The government says we want a resolution. And the one common problem there is that the BCTF. They're not serving the needs of the union.
Our exams, we don't know when our exams are going to be, and our teachers are like, yeah, you have to study by yourself. We're not giving you any time in school or anything. And we don't know what our social test is going to be and everything.
Really going to affect the grade 12s for sure, their finals and stuff, but I'm grade 11, right? My marks are all right, but...
All right, in other news this morning, a dramatic scene in East Vancouver overnight. This is a strange one for sure. Police reportedly called to Wellington Avenue and Aberdeen Street on word a group of young people were smashing a truck with baseball bats. If that wasn't enough, when they were finished, they allegedly set the thing on fire. Fortunately, crews were quick to put out the flames. No word on any injuries or arrests. The suspect in Tuesday's shootout in downtown Vancouver has now been charged with 6 counts of attempted murder. Vancouver police say Gerald Battersby tried to kill 51-year-old Paul Dragan and 5 officers. Dragan was hit outside a Yaletown coffee shop not too far from the bike shop he owns. After trading fire with the 61-year-old suspect, police caught up with him and shot him outside of Science World.
It's somewhat miraculous in the circumstances with the number of shots that were fired. Terrible tragedy for the victim, but knowing the circumstances now and having been briefed and having seen the video, I'm in awe of the professionalism and courage that our officers displayed, who literally were running into danger as people were fleeing and diving for cover.
Battersby is a former employee of Dragan's bike shop. Dragan was also his landlord, evicting Battersby from a Granville Street rental home. Police have searched the property as part of their investigation. Meanwhile, Paul Dragan remains in critical condition. He may have died if a doctor wasn't on scene to perform first aid.
I ran to the victim who was laying here, and I was in disbelief that somebody here in Yaletown would have been shot in the middle of the day. I came over, I could see he was critically ill, he was unconscious, he was barely breathing, he had a weak pulse, and he looked very shocky.
Battersby is also still in hospital in serious condition under police guard. His brother is quoted as saying he was suffering from mental health issues. A closer look at some boxes of beeswax has led to the biggest heroin seizure in YVR history. 35 kilograms of the drug was seized at Vancouver International Airport after a joint operation by police and border agents. 2 men, one of them a warehouse worker at the airport, were arrested after an 18-month investigation. It's believed they smuggled drugs for organized crime from South Asia into Canada.
The focus here is public safety, and it's the physical harm that these drugs cause to people and the crime that results from the trafficking of those narcotics and the organized crime machine that is generated in order to both bring it into the country and then to distribute it within our city, our province, and our country.
The heroin has a Vancouver street value of $20 million. Officials say that value would be even higher if the drugs were sold in other cities.